स्पीकर साथी एन सचिन को बुलाना चाहूँगी। कॉमरेड हमारे साथ हर संघर्ष, हर प्रोटेस्ट में हमारे साथ खड़े रहते हैं और मैं साथी को बुलाना चाहती हूँ।
Friends, we are all here to stand up and be counted in solidarity with Sai's life and his political understanding. So our tribute to his tenacity will be a true tribute when we unite ourselves in a struggle that he saw very clearly for himself and his comrades right from day one. If we are going to neglect that particular aspect of Sai's thinking, then I think we'll fail Sai and the larger understanding that brings all of us together. It is this understanding that brings all of us together, right? That there is a world to fight for, that there are things to stand up for and be counted, that there are injustices around us that we should speak against, that there are open killing fields and killing schemes and killing machines that don the pretense of state and system and society around us. Our understanding of these injustices bring us together. That brings us together. Otherwise, we are all reduced to our individual egotistic selves. What happened with Sai is not procedure of law. It is a pretense of law. It never got beyond that. Every damn rule in the book was violated right from the day one. All his fiercely passionate cries of protest, indictments were neglected by the larger civil society, by the so-called system of law and justice in this country. Why? What got all of us into this kind of death dance, into this kind of indifference? The indifference of the system is not something that is sui generis. That is not non-biological. That is very biological. The indifference of the system is created by the indifference that we cultivate in ourselves, by not reacting, by not taking up, by not fighting the good battle. When democracy is diluted, when there is a deficit in democracy that we speak up for, when we stand disunited and allow a certain kind of fascist terror to ruin our lives, then we see this happening, this fragmentation. Like many of us here, I am not well. Not just because of the season, but also because of the way life happens around us. We shed tears of sorrow. We shed tears of anger. I saw Sai shedding tears of absolute sorrow when he came back to Delhi and addressed the media in public. And he said, there is only one regret, that he could not meet his mother. That he could not meet his mother who gave life to him, not just but physically, but in every sense, by asking him to stay the course and fight the fight. He could not meet her. That was the only regret that I saw in Sai's eyes. We met later as well. And let me tell you, comrade, he would have, in that true dialectical sense, stopped you from uttering the word role model and said, I am a question mark for you, for all of us, not a role model. रोल मॉडल तो अभी तो मतलब किसी का डेथ पे तो रोल मॉडल वाला पूरा मतलब ना आपको लिखा हुआ मिलेगा, आपको पूरा एयर स्पेस में मिलेगा, आपको पूरा इंस्टाग्राम ग्रेटिफिकेशन में मिलेगा, उसका एनिमल लव के बारे में मिलेगा, उसका फिलैंथ्रोपी के बारे में मिलेगा, लेकिन वो रोल मॉडल किसी और कंजम्पशन के लिए है। साई तो क्वेश्चन मार्क था, और साई with this kind of decimating humor would have said, I am not just a question mark, comrade, I am a wheelchair in front of you. I am a wheelchair in front of your normalizing thoughts, which neglect me, which neglect many people like me, which neglect the real people. So he will even use that wheelchair to tell you that dialectical thought process that he was part of. हम तो बात बोल के चला गया कि वो पुलिस ऑफिसर ने बोला सी ऑफ पॉपीज पढ़ने से उसको मतलब ये एहसास हुआ कि आप माओइस्ट है या एंटी नेशनल है। वो सी ऑफ पॉपीज के बाद, सी के बाद रिवर आता है और रिवर के बाद फ्लड आता है, लेकिन रिवर ऑफ स्मोक में दोस्तों वहां पे एक बहराम जी है, एक पारसी ओपियम ट्रेडर। शायद वो पुलिस ऑफिसर है ना, वो तीनों किताब पढ़ चुका होगा अमिताभ घोष का, ओके। और उसके बाद उसको लग रहा होगा वो बहराम जी का सरनेम आपको याद है, वो है बहराम जी मोदी, जो ओपियम ट्रेड कर करके मतलब जो चाइना के लोगों को भी एक्सप्लॉइट किया, जो यहाँ के लोगों को भी एक्सप्लॉइट किया। अब अमिताभ घोष फिक्शन लिखा है या सच लिखा है या कोई मतलब जजमेंट लिखा है, हमको कैसे पता? वो तो त्रिकाल ज्ञानी होगा। जो पुलिस ऑफिसर जो हेम मिश्रा को बोला ना, तुम जो पढ़ रहे हो सी ऑफ पॉपीज, उससे यहाँ पे मतलब एंटी नेशनल थॉट पैदा होता है। So we are dealing with that kind of system. We are dealing with a system that kills, randomly kills, and that enjoys all these pretenses of law, procedure, and justice that we only talk about as an enshrined matter. वो ये टेम्पल और मतलब मस्जिद और जो भी उसमें एंश्राइन करके रखा है, वो तोड़ के जनों के बीच में, लोगों के बीच में लाने की जरूरत है। और साई जब दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में था, जब उनको टीचिंग से रोका गया, जब आर्ले कॉलेज में संघियों ने मतलब पहले ही मौके पे उनको वहां से निकालने की पूरा कोशिश किया, तब भी मतलब he was tenacious. The tenacity of Sai as an individual, वो रोल मॉडल वाला चीज नहीं है, लेकिन that is something of a kind of challenge before us. Are we ready to take up that kind of a challenge in forging a movement that will raise the voice for Pandu Narote, that will raise the voice for other people? वो उमर खालिद हो, वो मतलब like DK16 हो, या or political prisoners हो. I have to remember my other comrades who fell by the wayside, including SAR Gilani in Delhi University when we were fighting these battles. And there are many people still languishing in jail. And there are people close to them facing more than all those jail struggles and jail sentences. मंजीरा और वसंता के साथ खड़ा होना है। वो कोई भी दूसरा साथी, वो उमर हो या हैनी बाबू हो या रोना विल्सन हो, उनके साथ खड़े होने का मतलब जब हम लोग मतलब वो टेनासिटी या एक कन्विक्शन दिखाता है, so then this kind of clarity will come that we are not here merely to tick the box. We are here to stand up and be counted. Many of us can't go to Hyderabad. We won't see our comrade. I don't mean to say that, no, I want to see him, his lifeless body. His thoughts, his commitment, his convictions will be with all of us. But I never could, like, we were all talking, meeting and all. The last time when I met him, he said, like, okay, we have to finalize the application with regard to the Delhi University job. And when I left, he said, like, now you have to give me your entire cigarette pack. He said, why? And I asked him why, like, you stopped, right? No, like, now that you are here, you have to pay me this. So I said, okay, fine, but what about Vasanta and Manjira? That day, Vasudha was in Hyderabad. So he said, no, I will manage, and I will do it one cigarette at a time. So, like, that's the kind of, spirit that you have with Sai. Sai wouldn't accept a tribute of, tears and sadness. He will accept a tribute of resolve. He will accept a tribute of tenacity. And that is what I think, we all should come together for. I hope that when Manjeera and Vasanta are here, we are able to make some meaning to them, some, in the real sense of that word. I hope the larger struggles that Sai stood for resonate in our actions, and we are able to come together and fight this battle against the Hindutva fascists who have done this. And let me tell you, power, when it was there with the right wing, like a Hindutva fascist, and when it was there with the centrist Congress, it acted in the same manner to all those people who were raising their voice against the injustices around them. So we have to have that clarity. Even when we come together, we will not let the commitment and the concern for the larger question of justice be compromised. Inqilab Zindabad or Sai Amar Rahe. Thank you.